Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn. I'm the owner of Divine Love Bath Co. in Colorado. I make all kinds of good smelling stuff for the home and for the bath. In today's vlog, I'm gonna take you along with me a 2-day event. The first day starts at 11, the second day starts at 10. I'm not staying in a hotel for this one. It's only about 2 hours and 15 minutes from my house. The inconvenience is going to be that I'm gonna have to stop at the fast chargers to charge my car, but I decided I don't want to spend the money on the hotel, and my kitty is a lot happier if I make it home at night. She doesn't have to worry about when I am getting back home. So that's what I have decided to do for this market. So it's going to be a lot of driving for 8 hours altogether, plus sitting at the fast chargers, but that shouldn't take very long. I'm feeling a lot more positive for this event because of the way Glenwood Springs is set up. So I'm hoping it will not be, if you saw the vlog that I posted for last week, it shouldn't be the chaos that Crested Butte was, being crammed into the tiny parking lot that we were in. This one will be stretched out. We can pull up our car and unload and then just move our car for the event. I'm thinking will be easier for people to find on this event since we will be right downtown. I think we might even be right near the hot springs. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. I haven't been to Glenwood Springs yet. This is my first time. And another reason why I kind of wanted to do these two events, because I just moved to Colorado in December and I do want to see more of the area. So even if I did lose money on Crested Butte, it was kind of, well, not lose, but I didn't make what I could have made at my regular two markets. But I still can't complain because I got to see a part of Colorado I've never seen before. And that is, if any of you have ever been to the western slope of Colorado, you'll know like all of these small mountain towns are worth visiting and worth seeing. So in the prep for this week, I do have to catch up on making more body butters. I only have one pumpkin oatmeal left out of the 5 cents that I sell, and I am low on lavender. I also started a partnership with a company that makes CBD oil that attends the same markets that I do, and also requested to me that we have CBD bath bombs. So I am going to, well, I already made some of them and tested them, and we've both tested them out and they were really good. Now that I know that that worked out well, I was actually, when I'm making the lavender body butter today, I was just going to throw in a few drops with just a little tester jar. The reason why I want to test this out is because I would really love for myself to be able to have a body butter with CBD in it, but then I think also it's something that my customers would like. The thing is that from what I've seen on YouTube so far, they're saying that the only way to incorporate CBD is to heat one of the oils to 125 degrees at least. Well, with my body butters, it's a no heat method. I just go straight in with lavender butter and add everything that I need to add to it. It whips better. It doesn't melt. It's a great recipe that I don't have to worry about. You can't leave it in a hot car, but I don't have to worry about it as long as I keep it in my cooler and don't, set it in the sun or anything. I don't ever have to worry about it. So I would love to be able to add the CBD to that, but from what they're saying, it might separate. So I'm just going to test that out on a little vial and see what happens, because I don't think anybody's ever tried it with my recipe. And if it's a fail, well, I can still use it. I'll just have to remix it up every time I want to use it before I apply it. So we'll see how that goes. So join me in this vlog as we do that. Good morning. It is about 8:30 the day before my next market. So I'm trying to post this video on Crested Butte, my first market vlog. And if you can see here, YouTube is saying processing abandoned video is too long. So apparently they need to verify me first before I can post a video that long. So I am waiting 24 to 48 hours for them to verify my driver's license. Interesting events always when you're starting something new. So let's see what else I am up to today. So I am getting rid of these old signs stands that I had, which had to lean up against something. They don't have really any backing to them for my shower steamers and my body butters. And then I was even using this frame for my bath bomb bar. So instead I'm going to use these guys, which have plexiglass that will stand in a little wooden display. I got these off of, what do they call it? Like a Second Life from Amazon, where somebody returned them. They still had the protective cover sheets on them, and I'm really going to scratch them up, taking them from market to market anyways. So I think I saved about $8 on those. Next thing I'm working on potentially, well, this is the last priority, but if I have time. So people keep asking for refills on my car diffusers. So first I thought of these little pouches. They come, if you can see, if I can do this with one hand, they come open at the bottom already. Let me grab a different one. See how they're open at the bottom already? So I would have to actually put the solution in here and then heat seal them. And then when the customer takes this, they could just take this little lid off and refill their diffuser. My issue is trying to weigh them. So like I would almost need something like one of these little wooden displays, because I need to be able to weigh this while I'm doing it. So I almost would need to borrow one of these for my market display to be able to keep them upright while I'm putting the reed diffuser base and the fragrance oil in here. And then I'm going to have to somehow put my heat sealer like laying on its side, half off of the counter, to be able to seal the top of it. So we'll see how that's going to work out. This is not a definite thing yet. The other thing that I came up with is I could fill these syringes. I would prefer to use these though if somebody's going to bring their diffuser to the market, so that I can empty it and then I can refill it again when I get home. So the customer is being better for the environment by reusing their diffuser, and I'm being better for the environment by reusing this. So that's how I would prefer to do it. Also, if I were to ship one of these full to the customer, and this is going to be like out here and this full of solution, it just, I think, would be difficult to find a way to pack that so that it won't leak. These are supposed to be leak proof, but do you see where I'm going with this, guys? I don't know if I fully trust it. So anyway, these are the two things that I am trying for car diffuser refills. The other thing that's new for this market, so I made all little soap signs like this to explain what each one of my soaps are and the price on them, because I've decided to put a different price on all my soaps. And so if there's a benefit like the African black soap, it will say on here African black soap and what the benefits are to it, and then the price up in the corner. I also made these just because everybody always picks up my large vessel candles and it gets fingerprints all over them. So I have these two signs saying, please don't pick up the large candles unless you're purchasing, and the small testers are available to smell. So hopefully this will help. I don't think everyone will read them, but I'm hoping that at least if some people read them, it will cut down on the amount of fingerprints that I have to clean off at the end of the market or in the middle of the market. So the other thing I'm up to today, pending I have enough time, is I want to take pictures of all the soaps. And if I'm going to be really ambitious, take pictures of all my little mason jars and get them up online, my mason jar candles. Also, to show you a couple of other things that I am up to, I had my Nag Champa mason jars sold out at the last event, so I made 3 new ones of those. I need to label them. So I use these warning labels. I will link them off of Amazon. And then I use online labels, these little tiny ones. So here are my Nag Champa ones. I use these little labels to just put on the front of the mason jars. And then I have a white sand beaches here that I just made because I sold my last one at the last market. By the way, just to talk about these vessels really quick, they're very pretty, but in order to get a decent price on them, you have to buy like 12 from Makesy at a time. And it's quite the investment. And I think I bought maybe 6 or 7 different colors. I only sell about one of, by the way, this is the lid is just still wrapped in its covering so it doesn't scratch. But I only sell about one of these vessels every, I would say 2 weeks. So if you're just starting out doing candles, I would start out with something small like this, and then maybe like, if you wanted, because this is about 4 ounces, and then maybe something similar to this, but in a 7 ounce, because testing this in a 12 ounce jar and the fact that one only sells every 2 weeks, the return is very, very, very poor on something like this. And I really should be, to get my money back, I really should be charging about $40 per candle, and I'm only at about 30. So these are the labels that I use for them. Every other label that I use, I print myself, but these I actually get professionally done through Zazzle because they are nice, thick labels, and with something that, you know, is $30, I just feel like it deserves a more professional label on it than the others. But the other thing that I'm working on is some Christmas soaps. I just kind of took these pictures from Etsy as a inspiration for what I want to do. So this one is going to be a peppermint soap. I've already made the embeds for both of these. This one is going to be a peppermint soap, and this one is going to be a sugar plum. So I already have sugar plum fairy scent for that one. I'm really excited about that one because I've never done a frosting with all the colors mixed in together. So I think that's going to look really pretty. I'm not going to do it like how they did it here though. These soap makers, they did their frosting. And then when they went to cut the bar, it cuts the frosting off. Actually, I don't think this one did. So I want to do it. I want to do both of them more like this, where you cut the bars and then put the frosting on top. So here's my thing with the scents. By the way, I just got these spiced apple pecan and then fresh apple too. I love both these scents. They smell so good. And then I got this peppermint swirl, but it smells so strong. So what I think I'm going to do is mix the warm vanilla sugar in at 75% or maybe like 70%, and then put the peppermint swirl in at 25 or 30%, because it is just, if you smell this, and I even put them on, you know, a little blotter strip here together to see. So I put this as the main one and then just dip this in a little bit, and it smells much better. At least for what I'm going for, it smells much better with the two of them mixed together. And then just to show you, so here is kind of like what my market stuff looks like before I get to the market. Today, I do need to take out my stuff here in charge. If you guys... So here's the little soap signs that I was talking about that I made. This guy, not all, like a lot of market people will buy a pen in order to be able to mark a $50 bill or a $100 bill. I actually bought this guy. You turn him on and he glows inside. I don't have a $50 bill here to show you, but see how that little blue light starts going off. So if I slide the $50 bill in here, I'll be able to see the yellow like little strip glowing in the bill so that I know that it's real. I don't use this for 20s or 5s or 10s because it's very hard to see with this, but the 50s and the 100s, it shows up really well. So I use this just to protect myself. Another vendor that I know of just got ripped off by a fake $100 bill. So this I think costs about $40 on Amazon. Like I said, I'll link it below. To me, it's worth it. It pays for itself if it saves you from one bad bill. I also need to charge today my little square thing. So I can't forget about that. But here is, so I keep my body butters in this little cooler. And then yesterday I already restocked my wax melts, so they are all ready to go. These are my extra soaps and my extra car diffusers that I can place out if I run out. And then my little carry-on suitcase that is filled with all kinds of extra mini bath bombs and lavender mason jar candles, because lavender vanilla is the best seller on those. So I have extra of those. I think I have extra wax melts in the top here as well. Here are the new tablecloths that I was talking about. So all 3 of them. So I am excited to use those tomorrow. In this blue tote, I keep a lot of my runners. My soap, my main soaps are in here, my signs, my car diffusers. If you can see, I just put the whole car diffuser thing. I don't rehang them for each event. This big bag here is where I keep my tester mason candles and some of my shelving. This is my market purse. So I keep everything that is like my chalk pens, everything that I might need, tools, all that kind of stuff is in there. These big bags, kind of hard to see from where I'm standing, but these big bags came as covers for my baking soda. I'm actually keeping them and reusing them to cover my sign. You guys know my sign that I put out that advertises the bath bombs and the body butter. Well, it kind of tends to, once it gets in the car, somehow my writing will get like scratches down the middle, even if I'm careful. So I have 3 of these bags. I'm gonna layer them over the sign to kind of protect the writing a little bit. And then the last thing I have here is my cooler, which I keep because you just never know if it's going to be hot out that day or not. If it's going to be hot, I have nice big ice packs that I can put in here to keep these cooler. But I always put, so here are my larger candles. I always put those in this cooler. They fit perfectly. I actually made these myself. These are just candle maker boxes. And then I lined them with plastic. And then I just put this, I don't even know what you call this stuff. It's like what people use to insulate houses and stuff. To keep warm in or keep cool in. So I made these myself so that I wouldn't have to buy more expensive, you know, because you could technically buy like wine glass holders, like think hat holder, but it's a wine glass holder kind of thing. So you can buy those at 20, 30 bucks a pop, or I could just make these myself. So I actually have a couple of them. My testers, if you can see down in there, my testers live in those. And I also have an extra one for in here. So that is about it for my market display. First thing first, before I get to any of this, I am actually going to go gloss my hair. It is going to be October soon. I don't know how much this purple will show up. We'll see. But I think it's fun either way. So I'm going to go gloss my hair and also turn on a little Brad Mondo and see if I can give myself curtain bangs. So I will check in with you guys later. Good morning, guys. It is about 5:30. I am running late a little bit again today, but that's why I always build in this buffer. I was supposed to pack the car last night, but it was still 80 degrees at sunset. So I was just not gonna pack a hot car with my body butters and candles and stuff. So I have to do that now. I will. The cat does not want me to leave this morning. She probably thinks I'm leaving for the entire weekend again, which I'm not. I'll be home tonight, probably about 9:30. But I will check in with you guys in a bit. Hi guys, I just made it to Glenwood Springs. It is 8:27. I'm only 5 minutes from the location. I just stopped to charge the car really quick, and I think I'm only going to give it another couple minutes because I'm only at 55% charged. But I can come back here tonight. It's right next door to the Target. So, I mean, you know how we can just go and waste time in Target while charging the car. So I think I will do that later rather than wasting my setup time finishing charging now. I will check in with you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey everyone, I'm officially at the booth. This is another shit show like last week. Let me kind of show you around here. See how everybody's crammed in? I had to park my car all the way down at the end there and borrow this nice lady's wagon over here.
Okay. So, I got this one right here.
I mean,
blankets. There's like 2 or 3 spots on that side.
So here's my setup before I get started. I got a lot of work to do yet, but I have like an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes. So it should be looking good by the time I get done. And I would film you guys doing this. I just never really trust someone not knocking over my phone or my camera. I will record my setup when I'm at Montrose or Ridgeway one day because I feel a little bit better about those areas. I know all the vendors around me and there are cars everywhere trying to get through. So I am going to go endure the chaos right now and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, it is 11:09. Can you believe I made the setup time? Because I cannot believe I made the setup time. Okay, I'm going to show you around the booth. Now remember, today I have the white tablecloths. So if you watched my first market vlog and I have the black ones, I would love to hear in the comments if you think the white ones mean an outstanding difference or not, okay? Okay, so starting with our same little sign. We've got our mini bath bombs. I changed things up a little bit today. The sugar scrubs never get much traction, so I gave them higher up landscape, which hardly ever gets looked at really. And here's the Fallen Halloween soaps. Some of my regular soaps. All the samples to smell. These are my cheaper soaps. And this time I have like the little signs with the prices and, you know, a description of them. So like it's great for African Black. So I can say it's, you know, that's great for acne and eczema. Not going against any FDA rules because I'm not saying it's curing anything, just saying it's great for. So there is the rest of, so this is where the sugar scrubs used to be. So I took that back for the soaps because the soaps just need more display area. This is the new signs that I showed you guys. I really like them. Really like them. I'm gonna link them for you guys below. So then we got our body butters. The shower steamers, I'm giving less landscape to as well, just because I normally only sell 1 or 2 of those. I've got the candles. Today I successfully have a candle burning. We'll see how long that lasts. And I added in here little signs like, hey, here's small testers for you to smell. Please don't pick up the large candles unless purchasing. Hopefully that stops people. They always want to grab the large ones and I get fingerprints all over them and I can't keep up with cleaning them. It's kind of like when you work at Costco and you can't keep up with folding all the clothes because everybody's constantly messing with them, like that. So then we've got the car diffusers, and then I changed up the Halloween display a little bit today. And today I actually have my little Halloween lighted sign working. And I had forgot my hand soaps last time, so these are like, they've got special Halloween themes on them. So I didn't get to show you guys those before. I had tried to sell these without Halloween theme before, and they were unsuccessful. So if they are unsuccessful this time, they're definitely getting discontinued. And then let me just step back. They've got the whole booth here. So what do you guys think? Does the white make just a huge difference? I think it does. You guys, can you see these little, can you see the little gondolas going by? There's little gondolas up on the mountain. And I actually manifested to be under this bridge. So I'm really glad that I got a spot here. I'll show you as much as I can show you guys over here without walking around the event. Hey guys, just checking in. It is 11:59, so we are an hour into the event. I believe, don't hold me to this, but I believe that this is the best hour I've ever done. $141 so far. I think my average sale is coming in about 50 bucks. So this is really, really good. If this is how the rest of the weekend is going to go, I'm very happy. We'll see. Just a little bit more of the market view. I really like this place. I thought it would just take a minute since I have a 50 to show you guys. So you just turn this little guy on and then see it shows up that yellow stripe that you're looking for. So that's what I always use with the 50s and the 100s. And I will link that for you guys down below. Hey guys, I am just doing a quick afternoon check-in. It is 4:12. So this market event goes until 7 tonight. So we've got a couple more hours. I am only at $311. So it's a little disappointing, but we are around the downtown restaurants. So maybe after people have dinner and they're drinking, maybe they'll want to come over and spend some money. Who knows? I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Good morning. It is the beginning of day 2. It is 7:53. I am definitely late to be getting back to this event because we're supposed to be open at 10. It takes me 2 hours and 14 minutes to get there. Maybe I can speed a little, but I have to stop and charge the car in Grand Junction. So it is what it is. I'm going to get there as soon as I possibly can. But I probably won't be opening my booth until 10:30 or 11, just whenever the soonest I can. A couple of updates. I made around $410 yesterday. So I got the booth fee money back and a little bit of profit. Also, the vendor right next door to me makes this really cute artwork. I don't know if you guys know this as market vendors or if any of you practice this, but people still barter these days, especially small business owners. So I said to him, would you like a candle or some body butter for your wife? Because I would love one of your small pieces. And he was like, absolutely, I'll give that to you. I don't even think he cares much about my product. I might have to have him send my website to his wife and see what she wants to pick out. But so I'm really excited. So I will show you guys his booth when I get back there and show you the piece that I picked out. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm late. I gotta go. I will check in with you. Oh, one more thing. One of the vendors last night, candle vendor, she had no walls on her. Actually, it was a couple. They had no walls on their booth, and they were kind of like standalone. They probably paid extra for that. Well, this this like microburst of like rain and wind came through and knocked down so much of their display, and we just heard glass crashing everywhere. So these are the times that you're really grateful that you got a spot, that I got a spot under the bridge or whatever, and that didn't happen to me. But I went over and expressed my heartfelt, I don't know, just whatever, sympathy for them, because that hit them financially really hard. So I felt really bad for them. But again, all we can do is just be grateful for the good spot that we're given, or for the money that we do have coming in. That's how this goes. So, all right, I will check in with you guys a little bit later. All right, it is 9:01. We are at Grand Junction. Got the car charging, and I think I'm only going to put in an extra 40 miles here so that I can still get to. I also think it's a little bit cheaper to charge in Glenwood Springs. I think this is something like, oh, I think I went on the slower charger. Maybe it's not as expensive as I thought. Well, we'll see. I'm only going to try to put on about 40 extra miles. I would have had enough to get to Glenwood Springs, but when you have an electric vehicle, running to the bottom of your tank per se isn't really a good idea. It's not like gas stations where you can just find another gas station around the next corner. Like, electric chargers are harder to find. So you really have to have like an extra 40 miles in your range in the bank at all times. So that's what basically I'm trying to do. Probably could have made it there though. All right, I will see you guys when I get to the booth. All right, guys, here is the booth I was talking about. So here's his business. This is the little piece that I got. Isn't that just the cutest? But just look at this artwork. And he has a website. His name is Eric. So if you're interested in any of this, go visit Handmade in Colorado. All right, guys, here is lunch. I am a Canadian. I love my fries with mayo. So I got cheddar, avocado, and mayo. Can you believe I got all this for $6? I can't. Hi everyone, just a quick check-in. I am at $126 today. We are at 12:14 p.m. So technically it opened at 10. I didn't get here until 10:30. So we're almost 2 hours in, $126. We only have less than 4 hours to go. So I'm really hoping that people are just eating lunch right now and it'll pick up and I can bring in another $500. Would be great. We'll see. I'll check in with you guys later. Hi everyone, it is 7:37 at night. I made it home about an hour ago. I actually left this event, well, yes, I left this event early. So the event was supposed to end at 4 p.m. and I started packing up at 2:30. The reason for that is it really started to get very gusty. There was just too much wind. And I think there were a couple of other vendors around me who had fully packed up and left by the time I even started packing up. And I wasn't making any more sales. So I think today I only made around, well, less than $140, less than $150. So total for the 2 days, I made $546.50, I think. And then the expenses to come off of that. So this was the same as Crested Butte. It was $260. I believe it was around $50 in electricity fees for my car and $20 for food. So we're looking at about $330 in expenses, I think. So again, kind of the same as last weekend, only a $200 and some profit, which just is not enough to justify. Again, I could have made that same amount, definitely more, at my regular market. There were lots of vendors talking about this event coordinator here in Colorado who does a lot of different events, and how, and I'm not signing up to sharing in this opinion because this is all just hearsay and rumor and nothing was exactly verified. But there were a lot of people saying that this organization doesn't advertise their events, that sometimes the venues aren't getting paid by them, stuff going on that sometimes isn't even legal. I mean, there were lots of rumors flying around. My point to talking about this is I just don't think that I want to be involved with an organization who isn't on the up and up, and that other vendors don't have good things to say about them. So I will be done working with this particular organization. And I think next year I am literally just going to stick to, as long as I can get it accepted again, to the 3 markets. I shouldn't say again because I'm only really accepted to 1 market full time right now, but I'm hoping to get into the other 2 next year, and that way I'll have the 3 markets that I want to be in consistently on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and then that's it. So no more weekend long events. I mean, I think some of these weekend long events do work really well for other vendors. It just hasn't worked particularly well for me so far. And I'm not saying that they never would. I have only done these 2 events with the same organization, and if they aren't advertising, that's a huge explanation as to why the crowds are not where they should be. So if I see something that comes up that's more promising, I might consider it in the future. I just don't think that I'm going to for next year. So that's about all I have for you guys in this vlog. This next week, I will be working on those Christmas soaps that I showed you guys. So I will bring you into that on the next vlog. And I think there's a few new bath bombs I'm going to be working on. And I'm not sure what else. But I will try at either one of my next markets coming up this week. I will try to record me doing my setup in a time-lapse version so you guys can see like beginning to end. I'm not sure. Ridgeway is in the grass and Montrose is sort of in a parking lot. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to record, but I will try to grab one of them and we'll do some market vlogs for those ones. So that's it for this vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.